and welcome back to this new HDRI tutorial, and today we will create something like this. Okay, here we are in a fresh Blender scene, and today, we are using here this little guy again. And we want to use geometry nodes, so let's jump into geometry nodes and add here a new one to our cube. Geometry nodes, tunnel. Let's disconnect here this connection. Okay, we need a instance on points. We need a curve. We need a curve cycle here, and we need a cube here. First of all, let's connect here the stuff together, and let's put this one here into the points. The instance here, the cube into the instance, and the instance to the geometry. Now we are having here a circle with some cubes. Maybe let's change here the resolution to 40 and the radius to 6. And I want to change the size of the cube here as well to the x value to 0.2. That's okay here for now. And now let's add here a little transform to rotate the whole stuff to 90 degrees. And now I want to align here the cubes to the circle, because that's not how we want this. So let's search here for a rotate Euler, put this one here into the rotation, change this one here to local. Let's get rid of this one, and we need another one that's aligned to Euler. Let's put this one here into the rotation, leave all the stuff as it is, and now we need a normal thing and put this one here into the vector. And now everything looks really good here now. And I want to add a little bit of randomness here in the height of this cube, and we can do this by searching here for a random value. Let's put this one here into the scale, but before we do this, let's change this one here to vector, because we only want to change here the x value, which is the first one, and let's change this one to 6.5. Okay, that's good here for our first circle. Because we want to create a tunnel, we need more more of these rings now. So let's duplicate here the instance on points, but now this one should go here into the instances, and we need a curve cycle. So let's duplicate this one here and bring this one back into the points. What we can do now is change here a little bit the radius to 30 meters, and we want to change the resolution to 230. And it's looking not so bad, but we have to change some stuff because the rotation is not right, and we can do this really easy by adding here this rotation node to here our rotation as well. So everything is lined up here now. So let's check out the inside, and that's looking good here for now. I want to have a little bit of randomness, so let's search here for a math vector. Let's put this one here in between, and let's leave it on add, and we need a random value for this one, and change everything to 0 here, because we only want to have a little bit destruction, not, but it's up to you. If you want to have more destruction, you can do this, but I want to go here with something tiny like 0.01, and now we can see that we have here some indifferences. So I think that's okay. You can go really high if you want to. So but for me the tiny value is better. So I want to change here the location, so with 30 and 1.8. That's the value for me, but as always, it's up to you, so you can change it as you like. And yeah, our guy is a little bit lost, so maybe let's change the camera here as well to have a little bit more overview. So I want to go here with something like 1.3. Let's go here into the camera. -5 and 2, rotation of 90, and everything else 0. And I want to go here with a focal length of 20 millimeters. Okay, what we need now is a floor. So let's make a quick one. Let's add here a plane, and the floor should be something like 40 by 60. That's for the floor here, I think. And yeah, now let's go ahead here with some geometry nodes. Yeah, what I want to do now is add some lights. So yeah, maybe let's go ahead here and go here into the rendering now. So here is our first light. So let's bring this here to 0 so we can a little bit see what we are doing now. Yeah, the first light should be here, some light which is here on the sides or on this side here in our tunnel. And I want to change this one here to a pinkish color, maybe to something like this. Let's add here something like 500. And I want to change here the radius to 1.5. And yeah, let's make a custom distance. When we are having more lights, the scene will not brighten up. So let's change here this one a little bit. And yeah, I want to have a shadow, which is okay. Contact shadow, so we have a little bit more of better shadows here. And let's rename this one here to light pink and disable this one. And now let's check here our geometry tunnel. And yeah, what we have to do now is well, let's go here a little bit deeper, and we need a curve circle again, and we need an instance on points. So maybe let's duplicate this one here. And what we need now is an object info, because we want to select here our lights. So let's put here in our curve cycle and the geometry of our object here. And yeah, let's select here now our first light, which is the pink light. Don't forget to select here as instance. Yeah, now we need here our geometry thing, and we need a join geometry. Okay, let's connect this one here to the geometry, join geometry. And we are seeing nothing because we have to change here the resolution to 15 and the radius to 35. Okay, now we're having here these lights here on the side, and we need a transform for the whole stuff and put this one a little bit a little bit here up. Something like 2 is okay for me, and I think that's okay here for now. Okay, the next thing will be here blue light. So I want to duplicate this one here, Shift and D, and yeah, let's rename this one to blue. 500 is okay. I think I want to go here with a new color, so maybe something like this here. And let's change this one to an area light, because I want to have this one on the bottom, on the top here of our tunnel, so it should be yeah, pointing down. And let's go ahead here and change, maybe let's leave it like it is and change the Y here to 2.23 and maybe this to something like this. I want to change here the custom distance to 8.5 and everything else. Yeah, let's leave everything else. And now we can here select our geometry nodes again. And I only want to duplicate the whole thing here now. And we can easily select here our blue light and bring this one here into our geometry, joint geometry. And now we are having here this lights here on the wall. That's looking cool as well. But I want to change here the location of this one, and this I want to put this one here to something like, oh no, we have to change here the radius a little bit. So I want to go ahead and change this one from the blue lights to 30, so it's in the middle here now. And let's put this one here a little bit to the top here, and I want to go here with something like 5. And yeah, now we can see a little bit of the light, but not everything. So to make this a little bit clear, we can add here a fog. So let's bring this one in. So I want to create here a cube, and this cube here should be something like, no, a cube. This one here should be something like 20 by 60. Oh, sorry, 20 by 65, and I want to have a z value of 20. That's the cube. So let's bring here a new material in. So let's select our fog cube here and rename this maybe. Let's make a new material, which is here fog right now. I want to go rid here of the principal BSDF, and let's search here for volume, maybe. Yeah, and put this one here into the volume, and we want to put this down here. And the value of the color to something grayish. Let's change the density to 0.2, and I like the anisotropy. Maybe let's see this here in our camera, and the anisotropy to maybe something like 0.6. And yeah, because I don't want to have the scene whole foggy here, let's offset here the cube a little bit. So I want to go with something like 35 or maybe a little bit more. So let's see where this fog starts here. And I think something like this is a little bit better. And yeah, it's not so hazy here in front, but we need obviously a little bit more contrast in this scene here right now. So maybe let's start here with some texturing. And yeah, for our tunnel, let's see, we have to do a little adjustment, and this is an easy one. Let's add here the set material thing for the material. So let's put this one here in between. And to get a better result, because when we are now adding the texture or the material on this one, every cube will get the same texture, but this one, or this will look repetitive, and we can change this by searching here for realized instances and put this one here behind. And now when we are adding here our material, which is maybe here this scene material, nothing happens because it's a gray texture here. So let's hit here into the shading, and now when we are changing here stuff, yeah, everything will work here now. So maybe let's change the name here to tunnel, and I want to add here a texture from ambient CG. I will put a link into the description. So yeah, let's add this one really quick here. Control Shift and T with Node Wrangler, and I want to select here this concrete stuff. So we need a color, normal map, and the roughness. Yeah, okay, press principal texture setup. Okay, that's looking better here right now. So that is what we are looking for, but we have to change here some values. So first of all, the texture is not really here, so or not really projected here now. And what we can do to change this, we have to change here the UV to the UV connection to geometry. And let's see, that is looking better here right now. But let's change here some values. We have to go to the rotation and change the Y value to 90 and the Z value as well. That's looking a little bit more like concrete. And I want to go here and change the scale to 8 in the Y and to 2 in the Z. I want to change here something else, which is, maybe put this one a little bit up here, and I want to go ahead here and search here for curve, RGB curve, and put this one here between the color, and put the ramp or the curve here a little bit down, so it's a little bit darker, a darker yeah, texture. And I want to go here and search for a ramp, color ramp between the roughness, and bring a little bit down here the black slider, so we have a little bit of shininess. And for some concrete stuff, we can leave here the normal map, but I want to add here a little bit some specular to maybe something like 0.7, and I think that's it here for the concrete. Yeah, because we are in Eevee, I want to make some here some HDRI map, because we don't have some real global illumination here now. And yeah, let's do this here really quick with the Easy HDRI plugin. I want to select here some HDRIs. I prefer this one here. Yeah, that was the HDRI lights. The scene is a little bit brighter, not very much, but yeah, depends on the HDRI. I use a really dark HDRI, but yeah, we can change this by adding a light later here in the corner, so the scene is a little bit better readable. The next thing is I want to add here a material for the floor. So maybe let's add here something, or maybe I want to, let's change here the color to black, and I want to search here for a noise texture. Yeah, put the color here into the roughness. So, and now let's search here for a ramp, color ramp, and bring down here a little bit the black slider, and now we are having here some reflections now. But yeah, let's go ahead here, and I want to change here this one, the scale value to 13. Let's change the detail to 11. The roughness can leave like it is. I want to change the distortion to 4. We are in Eevee, so let's bring in here the ambient occlusion, the bloom, and the screen space reflections. So looks a little bit better here right now. Let's lose here the half res trace and the edge fading, and I think that is looking better here right now. So maybe let's play a little bit more here with this. I think something like this is cool. Yeah, the last light is here now. Yeah, let's add here a light, which is here our light here right now. And yeah, let's leave it like a point. And yeah, let's change this here to a color, bluish color as well. And I want to go really bright here to 5000. And the radius can be like it is. And everything else, I want to add here some contact shadows. And now let's change here the location of our light. So let's bring this one, and I want to add here this light here into this curve here, or yeah, into this curve, but that we can't see this one here anymore. So let's go here with, let's leave it like, let's add this one here to 11, maybe 20, and maybe something like 2. And let's now kind of adjust this one here a little bit up. So we have here this light in the corner, and this brings here a little bit more depth into the scene. Yeah, and for the last thing, yeah, I'm hopping a little bit here from adding light textures and going back here into the geometry. But maybe let's add here a little bit more details as always. I just want to give you some ideas how you can build your scenes, and yeah, the details, I can't show you all the detail stuff in this time, so it's always up to you to add more details in your scene. The last thing, as I said, let's go here into the geometry nodes, and I want to add here, where is it? There is it. Here something like wires or pipes or whatever. So yeah, let's go ahead and make a new one, which is here curve circle, and this one here, and we need this one 2 times. So let's duplicate this one, and let's add here a curve to mesh, this one here. And now we can change the upper thing here to something like 183, radius 30. Put this one onto the curve, and the next one should be something like 17, and a radius 0.07. Yeah, put this one here into the profile curve. And I want to add this one here again into our joint geometry thing here. So let's put this one here in between, and now we can see here we're having here these pipe-ish something like this, but it's really rough, so nah. But yeah, I want to show you this really quick. So let's add here a transform again, put this one here in between, and let's go ahead and point this one to 4.5. A new node of version 3.1 is realize instance. So let's put this one here in between, and we need a join geometry node. Put this one here in front of this, and now we can put here our realize instance in front of this. And now let's duplicate here the transform. And now when we are changing here the values, let's see, that's the wrong one. Let's change only the Z value here. Now you can see we're having here this pipe, or whatever it is, something like this. And yeah, let's do this one here again. So, and bring this one here up, Maybe let's put this one here to the other side. Maybe like this. And yeah, you can do this one time again. So let's maybe let's duplicate this one here. Yeah. Put this one here in between. And maybe let's bring this one a little bit up here. So we're having something like this. And okay, when we adding here, after the joint geometry, we can set a new material. So let's do this really quick and put this one here in between. Let's create a new material. So here, let's material pipes maybe. Let's select this one here, material pipes, and bring this one here a little bit down to something grayish. And maybe let's put the roughness a little bit up to something like this. That's not really detailed, I know, but you get the idea, I think. So, and yeah, the last thing, as always, Eevee is, maybe let's change here to the layer mode. And you know, Eevee has not the goodest reflection here, or not the best reflections, so we can improve this as always as with a reflection plane. So let's do this here really quick. I'll scale this one a little bit up here so that we don't see the edge of the reflection plane. So let's go here and show the preview plane. I want to add here a little bit more distance and the fall off, and let's put this one a little bit up. And now you can see here the reflection plane is here, and disable this one. And now you can see that the reflection is a little bit more realistic. If it's better for you or not, that's up to you. And when we are going here now into the cycle render view, so I think the scene will work with cycles as well. But one thing is what we can change here now. So it's a little bit, yeah, it looks a little bit different, a little bit more realistic. But we have here these reflections here in the floor, and if you don't like these reflections here from these lights here, you can go here into, what is it, in the object properties, go into the visibility and change this one here to the glossy, or disable here the glossiness. And now you don't have these blobby stuff from the reflections. So yeah, it's, yeah, you can play with these settings. I think it's a little bit better with without the glossiness. But yeah, as always, it's up to you which one you want to use. Yeah, I like the Eevee version and the Cycles version as well. That was this tutorial, and if you like my stuff, check out my channel or the next video. See you there. Bye.